Prime XBT is the most powerful trading platform offering immediate access to over 30 assets. Trade cryptocurrencies, Forex, commodities, stock indices, and much more, all from a single Bitcoin settled account. Visit the link below and start trading on Prime XBT in minutes.
Alright, what's up everyone? Welcome to the live stream. I got the Christmas hat or whatever it's called on, and that means, I don't know what it means. It means Christmas celebrations. Live stream. So, like the last one, this is going to be all by you guys. Like, if you want me to shot anything, if you want me to take a look at anything, if you have any ideas on what to talk about, let me know. I want to talk about whatever you guys want me to talk about. So, first of all, I just want to quickly finish this journal entry that I'm working on for a trade I took yesterday on Euro USD. After I've finished this one, we'll take a look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Link, Algo, whatever you guys want me to look at, right? So let's see, where's that one? Right, so I'm currently live on Twitter, YouTube, and Big Marker, right? So Big Marker is our exclusive platform for the Birb NEst members. So obviously all the questions and everything that goes in the Big Marker chat, I'm gonna cover first. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask them there and I will help you guys out. It seems like the Twitter live feed is lagging. I don't know what's going on here. So let me just quickly write a couple of entries on couple of lines on the Zero USD entry. So I got the, I'm got my Edgewonk entry, my journal here. What's going on here? That's the one. Right, OBS and that one, perfect. Whole market horrible? Not really. I think it looks pretty good. I mean, Bitcoin is most likely about to test the 20K breakout area, and that's actually a very good thing, right? So I think that's what we should be looking at and looking towards. I think Bitcoin hitting the the high time frame breakout area, the 19 to 20K is just a beautiful opportunity to buy Bitcoin. So I'm just gonna write something short here. I'm writing in my journal on this USD. I'm writing this trade was based on the first setup to the left. If the left one is successful, this current right idea should be successful too. But I will have to sacrifice TP1 and some risk to reward ratio on this trade. Right, so it's also confluent with the trender indicator, which kind of is starting to show a nice I've adjusted the trender indicator to select the EMA 1 as 20, the 2 is 50, and the 3 is 100. And I'm actually getting some very nice signals using that one. How I like to use this one is I like to, look for confluences, right? And we're getting a possible bullish pin bar here off the bounce right here, and that's what I'm looking at, right? I want that confirmation. Seeing a possible trender T1 confluence. Did you say Euro USDT? Yeah, I think it did. Probably did. Euro USDT. Obviously, I don't trade. It's Euro USDT. No, the indicator is not available. It's only private for now. I will make it available with time, most likely. And of course, for the Birb NEst members, you guys will most likely get it for free. I'm most likely gonna, make it so that it will send alerts to the Discord channel if it's working, if I can prove a good track record. But honestly, the best way to use it is not fully automatically. Right, the best way to use it is to kind of add confidence to your own ideas, especially like here you're getting the break and retest and confidence with that, right? That's what I'm thinking. Like for example, you might not want to take the long right at resistance. You might not want to take the long at right at resistance here. You might be more interested in taking this long signal right here with that bullish pin bar right here. The long goes here, or this buy signal that we're most likely going to print in 50 minutes right here, because it's confident with it's above the support level and it's bouncing nicely here. Right, so that's the journal entry. I think I'm done with that. I'm gonna so the current positions I'm in is obviously spot long Bitcoin. I'm in Euro USD, this long right here, the one to the right. I'm also in AU. Let's see if I can get the chart up here. I'm also in AUD CAD in long, which is not looking beautiful. This is also based on the the break and retest with the confirmation of the trend indicator, where you're getting the you're getting the break and retest. You're getting the break and retest and the long signal as confirmation here. The problem, however, is I kind of went long on this based on the indicator and the break and retest, but I mean, looking at the higher time frames right here, it's I like the fact that we might actually print a weekly weekly bullish pin bar. And looking at the daily, we got a beautiful daily bullish pin bar right here. But I'm actually opening the long right on the 618. So right at the 618 of the high time frame short LC, I'm actually entering a long, which kind of feels like a massive retarded idea. But I mean, fuck it. Let's just, I mean, I gotta try it. I gotta try it because it's such a beautiful break and retest with confidence with indicator, and all major moving averages are looking bullish. Prices above them all. So I think, we're gonna give it a shot, right? Now, the third one I'm in is a high time frame short on CHF JPY. Not sure what I'm thinking about this one. I'm just gonna let it run, but I kind of like this idea, right? Right. So enough Forex. I might do a quick scan of the Forex market at the end of the webinar, but let's not waste any more time on the Forex market. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. By the way, guys, you probably haven't missed the very annoying scrolling text on top of me, or on top, up above me, where it says sign up for the newsletter. And that's what you need to do. You need to go to the birbnest.com/newsletter. You need to sign up for the newsletter, because that's where you're gonna get the special gifts, the Christmas presents, and the third anniversary gifts, right? So sign up for the newsletter, and if you're a current if you're a current subscriber to the Nest Club, you're most likely, we're not only talking about discounts, right? We're talking about proper gifts to the members, the current members too. So it's not all about the new members. We're gonna have to, we really care about you guys as members, right? So we want to give you guys something too. So it's not all about the possible discounts, right? So Bitcoin, what are we seeing for Bitcoin right here? We're gonna look at this chart right here, where I have a lot of stuff on the chart. Starts to look very messy right here. So I posted a chart yesterday, kind of describing my views and my ideas right here. So obviously the breakout long got stopped out, and that's just the nature of breakout trades. They have a fairly low win rate, but when Bitcoin is this bullish, when we're just getting breakouts after breakouts after breakouts, we're getting consolidations and then breakouts, and just happens all over the all over the place, right? It makes sense to, even if you're not a breakout trader, it kind of makes sense to try to get in on the breakouts on Bitcoin, because if you look at this uptrend, the current uptrend, there's so many breakouts that haven't retraced. There's so many breakouts that haven't retraced, and if you bought that breakout, you would have been up quite a significant amount of money. So in some markets, it's definitely, even if you're not a breakout trader, it kind of makes sense to try to go long on a breakout. Obviously, this time it did not work out, but that's just the nature of trading, right? Sometimes you fail, sometimes you win. And the important part is to realize that when you win, you gotta win big. When you lose, you gotta lose as small as possible. That's why we had the stop loss right below this area. Now, I'm seeing what could be a potential head and shoulders, right? With the left head, right shoulder. But obviously not perfect. Obviously not that beautiful picture perfect head and shoulders. But we kind of get in the same type of structure. I've written here that, you know, we break this local structure and I plan for a short hedge. And I am currently short hedge against Bitcoin to limit my loss on my spot long exposure. So I'm spot long Bitcoin and I'm gonna stay spot long Bitcoin for the foreseeable future. Really, it's not until we break the 17 or 16k to the downside, then I'm gonna start to look at a potential exit strategy for Bitcoin and buy back at the 14, 13 or 12k areas, right? But right now we're looking at this structure right here, and what I'm thinking here is we just lost the 20 EMA on the 4 hour. The algo should be, I went long on this idea here, right? So I tried a breakout, or I followed the signals on this one, right? I think it was this one. Right before the breakout here, we had a long signal. Obviously we're getting a lot of long signals here. Let me see if I can, this one. Yeah, so I think it's this one, right? We went long on, yeah, prior to the breakout. We got that long signal right here. And that should now, like you see, that should now be exited here. So long here, exit at like 1R and then just write it up. And that signal should now also signal a exit signal here. So quite nice long here, but I'm thinking, you know, it might be time to not go in a leverage long here. Obviously buying the dip on moves down like this, you know, buying the dip for a, increasing your spot exposure, I think that makes sense on Bitcoin, because I still think that the market is in a, buy the dip mode, definitely. And like I explained in the webinar yesterday, in the video yesterday, we were expecting a bounce of the 50 EMA on the 4 hour. Well, we got exactly that. We got a bounce of the 50 EMA in the 4 hour. I did tell you guys that I'm expecting a low time frame bounce here, but the importance of this bounce is if we can reclaim this structure or not. I'm just going to remove this setup right here because it doesn't really matter. The strength, what is this? That's this new setup, weird. The strength of this bounce right here is going to be determined by the reclaim of this area, right? So without a reclaim of this area, this bounce is just shit, right? This is a temporary bounce of the 50 EMA, conflict with the 382, conflict with the trendline area, right? It doesn't really mean anything unless we can reclaim the last support above. So we're gonna zoom in and we're gonna look at the 1 hour right here. What we're seeing right here, we're gonna go to the clean shot right here. Where's that one? Where's the clean shot? Let me show you that one. Right, so let's look at the clean chart here. So what we're seeing right now is I think I have this open on somewhere else, right here. Yeah, that's the one. So looking at the 1 hour here, what we're getting right here is a kind of, an obvious bearish retest of the breakdown area. So you can add a zone right here, and it lines up nicely with, this area right here. Gonna use that one, and let's see, probably, yeah, that makes sense, right? You have a SR level right here, obviously what's going on here is you get a breakout or breakdown, and price then comes up and has a bearish retest of the breakdown area, which is this is usually what you get before a continuation to the downside. So obviously to invalidate this invalidate this potential move lower, you just need to reclaim this area. So if you reclaim this area, you're back above that breakout area, and it's adding strength to the lower time frames on Bitcoin. We can add the Fibonacci levels right here. See if we, obviously the short RLC is probably going to be up here, but I'm thinking, we're gonna get some nice confluence here with a fib level. Let's see. Yeah, so look at that, right? You have the short RLC right above at that circle, the area between the 618, the 702, and the 786, and you have the 50% fib level in perfect confluence right in the middle of that horizontal SR level. And usually the fib levels that I mean every fib level is of equal importance, right? But the levels that I see price reacting to most violently is the 50 and the 618, right? The 50 is actually not really a fib level, but it's a very important level in trading because it's the midpoint, right? It's the 50% retracement level. It's usually a very important level in financial markets when trading, but it's actually not a fib level. It's not part of the Fibonacci sequence, right? So it should be 55, right? That the 55 is it's more like it. Anyway, so reclaiming the 50, you're still gonna get possible reactions up inside the short RLC, but I anticipate a move like this, right? So if we like the bullish structure would look, give me a minute. So the bullish structure right here, I'm thinking, we reclaim the 50, we get rejected up the short RLC. This would be like the most beautiful break and retest. No, I know nothing about Pine scripts. I'm not a coder. I'm way too busy with actual trading and TA, so I don't really have the time to code anything. But I have people that are available to code whatever ideas I have for them. So I basically pay people to code whatever ideas I have, right? And if they work, I continue to work on them. And if I have new ideas, like it's obviously like an expensive process, but it's worth it because I don't have the time. So I would rather, you can only be good at, you can't be good at everything, right? I think that I'm good at trading. I'm good at TA. That's what I should do. That's what I should focus on. I should leave the coding and the Pine script development and the script development to the people who's actually good at that. And so I'd rather pay someone to do the stuff that I'm not good at. So I'm just gonna pay people to help me out with that. I wish I could pay people to alert me whenever to enter a trade too, because I missed so many trades recently by just forgetting to put alerts at the right level. So I wish I could just pay someone to kind of call me whenever there's an entry signal. But I'm working on that. So that's the bullish case on the low time frames, right? If you can reclaim this prior breakdown level, we're gonna see strength on the low time frames, and I'm thinking we're gonna move higher, right? And we're probably gonna get that high time frame breakout. I'm gonna go long again, and on that long, this is gonna be my invalidation level, right? So if, however, this trend is gonna continue to the downside, this trend that we're seeing currently right now, let's see, does this make sense? Probably not. I mean, probably not. But we're premium, yes, I'm premium, so I can a lot of alerts. I'm almost out of my 400 alerts. I gotta message TradingView and see if they can give me a couple of hundreds of alerts more. That's the lower time frames. That's what we're looking at on the lower time frames. And yeah, so break this area to the downside. We got obviously a support structure, a low time frame support structure, right in this area right here. So I think that's going to be our last line of defense. Let's add that to the main chart. 22.7, 22.7, 22.7, 22.7, 22.7, 22.7. Yeah, right. Gonna be that one. 22.7. Yeah, so that's our last line of defense really. Not sure I like this level right here. Need to add something. Do I need to add something more? Yeah, probably gonna add something here. Yeah, let's hope that the 12K alerts don't go off anytime soon. So I think I'm, yeah, I think I've covered Bitcoin here. These are the scenarios I'm looking at. So reclaim, reclaim 23,333, and we're probably going higher. Now, if we break the 22,306 level to the downside, we're probably going, going lower. And obviously, like the major support area I'm looking at is around the 19 to 20K high time frame breakout area. Let's look at the weekly 20 EMA. Where's that one? And the weekly 20 EMA is down at 15K. We got the daily. Yeah, not interested in the weekly just yet, but I do like the daily 20 EMA. I think, I mean, the daily 20 EMA has kept price up quite nicely. We haven't really tested the 50 EMA on a daily yet, after the major breakout at 12K, and that, the 50 EMA is kind of lining up nicely with the high time frame breakout level. So if this yellow 20 EMA will come up into the 21.4K area, or this general blue box territory right here at around 21.3, I'm gonna be looking at a bounce there. And if that happens, that means that 50 EMA is most likely gonna come up into the 19 to 20K breakout area. So it's gonna add some very nice confidence to that area. So right now, still spot short. I mean, still spot long and leverage short. And I'm gonna close that short whenever we have a nice break at any levels. Right, let's see if I have anything in chat. Right, Lucas, I like that. Teach me entry points and we'll arrange those alerts. I like that. Hit me up on Twitter and we can, hit me up on Twitter and we might be able to do something about that. If you know PineScript and you want to work, hit me up. Right. So that's Bitcoin. Let's take a look at Ethereum. So Ethereum USDT is now testing this area right here. Now the problem with this, Just give me a minute here. #28. Yeah, I like that. 28. Good. Right. So the we're now hitting that major support area for Ethereum. The problem here, however, I mean, if Bitcoin is going to test, if Bitcoin is going down to test the breakout area, I mean, Ethereum has most likely some more downside. And I think it's pretty weird trying to short Ethereum here, because it's you know, this structure right here is very similar to Bitcoin, but it kind of breaks the correlation breaks here, right? Because Bitcoin is trading up here. So if you're gonna look at this shot like you're looking at Bitcoin, Bitcoin is currently trading up here, which makes me think that if Bitcoin is gonna come down here, Ethereum might come down and test this area right here. So for Ethereum, I'm not gonna go long until we actually get a bounce. So until we actually know what Bitcoin is going to do, I'm not gonna go long on Ethereum, because it's probably gonna move depending on how far Bitcoin is going down. So I'm thinking, you know, the $500 area for Ethereum if Bitcoin moves down looks likely. I kind of like that as a support, the $500 area. So I'm gonna put my alerts right above 500. I'm also gonna put alert right above this right here. Right, so let's take a look at Litecoin. Yeah, so Litecoin is looking much more similar to Bitcoin. And let's remove everything here. Yeah, so Litecoin is looking very much similar to, or more similar to Bitcoin compared to Ethereum. And you know, it's quite obvious here what's probably going to happen. And Litecoin, if Bitcoin is gonna, like, if Bitcoin is gonna retest the high time frame breakout area, Litecoin is going to get a bounce somewhere in this area, right? Most likely. What happened? Felt like I had a really good level. Right, here. Something like that. So that's the support level we're looking at on Litecoin. Check the, you know, the confluence with that level and the 20 EMA daily, also the 50. It looks very likely very similar to Bitcoin, and if you add the RLC here, you will most likely see the RLC at the breakout area, and you get a perfect confluence right here. So yeah, that's the area you want to long Litecoin at. Just like Bitcoin. But I'd rather long Bitcoin. But Litecoin is actually showing quite nice setup here, because I'm thinking this would be the way to go. You want to go long here. Stop somewhere below this structure. And I mean, you're probably gonna come up and at least test this area right here. I'm thinking. Could also line up for a nice short RLC or RLC to RLC setup here, where you use the short RLC from that high down to the midpoint of the long RLC, or whatever the bounce is. That setup would then look like this. That's a decent low time frame trade. That looks good. I like that. I like that. So the $90 area for Litecoin is a high time frame support area, and we're most likely going to get a bounce down there. It comes on with the 20 EMA and the 50 EMA, and that zone kind of hovers nicely between the 50 and 20. Let's look at Link USDT. Man, this hat is so warm, but it's all worth it. All worth it. Well, Link is not looking very much Linkish. Yeah, so I guess we're just gonna have to be patient with Link here and wait for the $13 area to get reclaimed. Really, that's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm thinking. I'm not gonna be buying the dips on Link. I'm gonna be buying the reclaim of lost support most likely, and we have a new level here. This is a possible support area right here, and let's add the low time frame RLC here too. Yeah, not really. So I'm not liking this, but I mean, this would be a nice trade where you can reclaim this area right here, reclaim the trend line, reclaim this lost support, and this idea would be just repeat of that idea. Right, let's go through some alerts here. See what we have. By the way, guys, if you're just joining, remember the birbnest.com/newsletter. Sign up for the newsletter to get ready for the 3rd anniversary and Christmas celebrations. Right, alerts. Algo USDT. Yeah, if you're in this right now, it's obviously not looking that good. I would either exit fully here or is de-risk. It looks like it's gonna go lower, and especially if if Bitcoin heads lower, this is just most likely going to continue lower with Bitcoin, and it kind of seems to be the case. So I would be very careful here. BNB USDT, yes. Right, so I think this is best. Get the cleanest levels on the weekly here. Yeah, so what I'd like to see here is a break and retest of the blue level with a, you know, a rounded retest, right? And we're getting that, you know, a rounded retest right now, but it's not looking that strong, honestly. Yeah, I'm not really liking this. Honestly, I'm not really. I mean, it looks fairly strong here, but I'd like to see a. Can it move? I want to see a proper breakout here, and I want to create a higher high and a higher low. So higher high and a higher low. That might be the higher low. Then we create a higher high and a new higher low. Like, and I want to see a continuation of this uptrend. We're obviously running into strong resistance here. But this is a decent support area right here. So, but I mean, if we fail to hold the $29 as support, we're most likely going lower. And if we reclaim the 20, let's say 22 or $22.5 area, we're most likely going higher. And if that's the case, you can kind of use this swing low or this current bounce area as your invalidation level for a long, I'm thinking. FET BTC. Not sure what I'm getting, why I'm getting an alert on this one. Probably because it's hitting that support level. Yeah, I'm just gonna put a alert up here. Right, so we got, by the way, gold is looking very good here. If you're in the Birb NEst, you know that I posted a setup on gold in the commodity channel. We had that nice little rounded retest and a bounce off the support level right here. And looking good. Looking good. I like this. Will do. This is obviously a higher time frame swing trade. It's gonna probably play out in a couple of weeks. Let's look at the other alerts here. So we have Euro NCD. Right. So this looks pretty good. As you can see here, price kind of moved. Not really exactly like the lines here, and I was looking at it long here, but now I'm thinking, I mean, we got that, god damn it. What time was that? 29th? Ah, man, I missed that one. $20,500. Yeah, this is giving some shitty signals. But I do like this. Right, so where's the daily levels? Right, so that's the daily 50. All right, so we got a pretty nice setup here, right? We got a W structure right here, and it seems like we're about to break out of the upper part of that W structure and reclaim the 50. We could have a, you know, what I don't like about this is the fact that price is below the 20 minutes on a simple on a daily. I don't really like that as a trade. However, I like the fact that you get the short LC 618 complement with the 702 of the high time frame long RLC. And I'm thinking I want to go long here on this. How that long would look, I'm not exactly sure, but I'm most likely going to use this as my invalidation level. And I'm thinking actually if we add the daily 20. But again here, I mean the idea, this to go long down here, it feels like I barely missed the entry on this one, which means that if this idea is going to work out, it's exactly the same as the Euro USD idea here, right? So I mean, if this idea would work out, then the second one would work out too, right? So that's what I'm thinking when looking at Euro NCD here, that I kind of want to go long here. Take profit is still going to be up here, but I'm most likely going to miss out on some. Let's see, what's the risk to reward on this one? Yeah, I mean that's going to be 2.45. That's decent. That's going to work. Right, so this is actually giving some very nice signals. There's actually not even one stop out. Every trade is a winner or a break even. I like that. I like that. Right, so it's giving a went long here, giving a buy signal here. That's a nice. All right. The candle is closing in 12 minutes. I like this. So in 12 minutes, I'm gonna go long on this. Now the question is, will I use the entry? Probably gonna be up here. So if am I going to use this low as the invalidation level? I'm actually gonna try that. Like, you know, look at that level right here. I'm gonna keep it right below that one. I'm gonna try a breakout trade based on a breakout trade with the fact that this one would have worked out if the bounce just happened a little bit lower, or if I were awake when you get that candle right there. So this will be a breakout trade based on the 8/13/21 EMA trender signal with a very tight stop, probably too tight, but I'm gonna take profit up here, right? So it's a 3.5 odd trade. I'm going to move my stops to entry at around 1-1 right here. You secure the position early because it's a breakout trade, right? I will take a look at USD Turkish lira, right? Is it TRY? I think so. Right, so let's wait for that candle close. I'm gonna take this trade most likely. So I'm just gonna take some notes here. something that I've started doing is just I have a notebook, and whenever I see a trade, I kind of take notes on it, right, and kind of write it down, which makes me, I'm not, makes me more, forces me to be more patient and kind of write it down, like write my analysis down and the reasons for entering. And if I for some reason because I might just buy this, right, I might just impulsively just enter, which is a bad idea. You should never impulsively enter a trade at all. So it kind of takes me 2 to 3 minutes kind of write it down, and if during the process of writing I might just realize that, wow, this is a extremely stupid idea and I won't take the trade, or I will write it down and I'm like, yeah, I agree with this. I like that. So it's kind of like trade planning, but very quickly. So I'm gonna write, like, I got Euro USD long here, and we got previous setup would have worked out. Previous setup would have worked out if, well, not worked out, but the entry, right? If lower bounce, T1 comms ones, breakout trade, up to high time frame 702, and I'm gonna write left clear exclamation mark, because I need to check if the the left side of the chart is clear for the move upwards, and I think it kind of is, right? Look at the daily, you get it's quite clear right here. This down move got resistance on the daily, and I mean the major resistance on the daily is up at the short LC, and usually you will get a move up to short LC, especially the 618 when it's comped with the 702. You're obviously going to run into resistance at the 200 simple on the daily. That's consonant with these lows right here, so that's going to be a major possible right. Yeah, that kind of makes sense, right? So I'm gonna move stops to entry 1-1, take maybe 25% profit here and rest up here. So I'm gonna enter this whenever if the 4-hour candle closes bullishly, and this will most likely print a buy signal, I think. Right. So let's take a look at USD TRY, Turkish lira. Yeah, so it obviously we looked at a long setup here a while back. Not that beautiful, but obviously that long setup got invalidated, and we're now looking at continuation to the downside. Could you kindly post a shot in your, yes, of course. Do you mean the Euro NCD short? So the algo is going short here. We're at the major. We got a damn it. Yeah, it's not looking good. I mean, we got a... All I can say really is hold this support, and we're most likely gonna come up and test this 7.8 area. But if we fail to hold this support, I think it's likely that we're gonna come down and test the 200 EMA, or even this major support area right here. It kind of seems like we want to come down and test this area, right? You keep hitting that support, and you break the support to the downside. It's probably going to come down into this area with a strong bounce of the daily 200 EMA, most likely. So I think we got some downside on USD versus the Turkish lira. Well, we got a question in the chat. Let's see. My long-term plan was to enter Sushi once it hit 2.4 due to being the 236 fib level. Now that it's hit that level, I'm worried about entering because the market looks shaky. Is that solid reasoning, or should I follow the plan I had when things still looked good? I guess I'm asking, should I buy the red? So you're talking about entering a long-term position on a fairly new altcoin called Sushi. I mean, like, my honest opinion, that sounds like a terrible idea. That's just my personal opinion. It sounds like a terrible idea. Thank you. I mean, that sounds like a terrible idea, right? Because well, all right, so it's not a terrible idea because it's a pretty nice level right here. But like long-term investment in altcoins, you gotta understand that you will most likely lose your money when investing in altcoins, because history has shown that generally altcoins are shitty. Altcoins lose value over time. You're gonna lose your money most likely if you're gonna invest in altcoins. There's very few products out there that's worth investing in altcoin market. And I like to say, like, Link is one of the products that shows like extremely strong bullish market structure on the high time frames. Everything else is pretty much just shit, right? However, Sushi USDT here looks pretty solid, right? And it is, like you said, testing a major area. But if you're worried that it's going to go lower, well, then wait for it to go lower or higher. Buy when it goes higher, and do not buy when it goes lower. Like, wait. Like, if you're worried for price to go lower, maybe you should not be buying here, right? So instead, like, I mean, I would wait for the bounce before buying, right? I would wait for strength before buying. So I would wait for at least a reclaim of this area, right? A reclaim of the 2.5, right? So look for a reclaim of the 2.5 area. When you get a bounce and a reclaim of the 2.5 area, you're gonna, slowly but surely probably climb back up into bullish market structure, right? That's what I'm thinking. All right, back to the alerts. Got that one. 1 minute. 50 second. Am I gonna be buying? Yeah, I'm gonna be buying. Look at that. It looks beautiful. This will be such a shitty trade if it gets stopped out, because I'm gonna be so pissed that I put my stop loss here. I'm gonna move my stop loss a bit lower. I'm buying Euro NCD. Where is Euro NCD? Stop loss is going to be 1.72472. 72472. what's going on here? All right, buy. I'm in. Let's go. Look at how the 4 hour closed above the 7 and 6. We're probably gonna get a move lower here, and I'm a bit worried that I've got my top stop tight. But I'm gonna make notes in the journal that this is this is actually a setup that's completely going off the trend indicator here with this bullish signal, because usually when you get a bullish signal like this, you want to enter on the candle close and put your stops below the wick of that entry trigger. Right, so we got a new bearish engulfing on AUD CAD. Am I long AUD CAD? Yeah, goddammit, I am. That's not really that beautiful. Right, so man. Yeah, I gotta take some notes on this in my journal. This is not really a good entry, but it's pretty much the same type of entry that I took on Euro USD. FET USDT. FET USDT. Yeah, so we got a quite obvious level right here. We need to reclaim actually this whole area right here for me to be bullish on this, really. It's such an obvious resistance area. We need to reclaim 0.07. 0.07. Do you trade through TV? No, I can't, because I'm European, so you can't trade through TradingView when you're in Europe, because the European Union has some shitty rules with trading through third party. Like I'm gonna lose less money because I can't trade through TradingView. Like, that's like, the banks get away with the weirdest kind of shit, and we can't trade via a third party option. Like, come on, that's retarded. Like, I know how to manage my money, thank you very much. Algo USDT is what's going on here. All right. Right, guys, you know what? I gotta end the stream now. If you have any questions before I leave, feel free to ask them in the chat. Do we have a... I wonder if GBP is going to show some bearish market structure here because of the restrictions. So, like, it seems like most European countries are shutting down the air traffic from GBP, from England, from whatever it's called, because that there's no new corona shit going on, which kind of makes me feel that short term we might get a bearish move, but I don't know. EuroCAD looking fantastic, and I never entered this goddamn trade yesterday. Right. Yes, COVID. I don't know, like COVID? Yeah, COVID. I don't know what the question is, but yes. Yes. All right, guys, take care. See you guys next time. If you have any questions, feel free to... Really? Little island called Great Britain. Is that like... I'm lost. I'm lost. Oh, I get it. Okay, all right. I'm just stupid. All right. Oh man. Take care, guys. Yeah, I'll upload the replay. I'll upload the replay right away.